Man, like, f you, f Activision, f Call of Duty, f this shit, man.
I think we'll get demonetized with that, actually.
You're such a pussy.
Do you know that we're wearing the same thing again? We always wear the same color. I feel like every single time it's like we're doing the same thing over and over. We're wearing the same color.
That's racist. Okay, what Sam's trying to do there is make a reference to the idea that you keep doing the same thing over and over again.
Yes.
Like Call of Duty is.
And making
Call of Duty
so horribly repetitive. I've said
mission failed.
so many times the words have lost all meaning.
We've got to do
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
But we already did it. It's done.
yes, but we've got to do it again and again. And again and again and again.
Except, okay, this time it's actually really different, and we're going to make a video that's going to piss off a whole lot of people. Because,
And we're excited to do that.
Because we always love doing that. Because I think the narrative is that, like, this Call of Duty is the same as all the others. Except for the people that are like, this Call of Duty is totally different and it sucks. You know what I mean? Like, that's just utter ridiculousness. We played Call of Duty, we played about 3 or 4 hours each. We wanted to give you our impressions. Get ready for some triggering. Cool.
Oh, you did that. Sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, Call of Duty, okay? It's like you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't, okay?
Sam's just always damned.
I'm always damned, really. But if you're a Call of Duty player, all right? You love Call of Duty. They bring out the same thing every year. Everyone's like, oh my God, I fucking love this. I love this. If you're not a Call of Duty player, right? And they bring out the same thing every year, you're like, oh my God, I'm fucking over the same shit over and over again. The moment Call of Duty does something different, it's like, whoa, man, what the fuck? I don't want to play this. And then all the people that don't play Call of Duty, they're like, all right, they're doing something different. I like it.
True.
It's so like that.
Yeah, so I think, first of all, we need to examine the narrative of COD is always the same. COD is always the same in terms of how it feels, I think, okay? So, you know, the idea that, like, no, but like Call of Duty World War II, there is no way you can tell me that that is the same game versus, like, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, Black Ops 3. They're fundamentally different games in terms of the aesthetic, whatever.
Yeah.
It feels very similar though. Even though you've got a totally different skin on it, it feels the same because the time to kill is lightning fast. You're in these tiny little maps where you're just like blindly turning corners, hoping that no one's there waiting for you. You've got these one-hit snipers. Like, the thing feels very similar all the time, no matter how different it looks.
But we can't escape the fact that it's like a living meme, Call of Duty, in terms of the fact that, like, it comes out every year and people do expect it to be very similar. Like, some years they've brought out, like, a new dog skin. Everyone's like, holy fuck, there's a new dog skin. I'm lining up for that shit.
It's true.
So in some respects, they have, in some of the titles, done something very similar.
Absolutely. And as I said, I totally agree. COD is very similar in terms of how it plays and how it feels, but they make a lot of innovation across the top of that, right? The campaigns are always totally different. The setting is often very different.
Like this campaign in Black Ops 4. Oh, mwah, beautiful.
Beautiful. So this one, though, is very different for a variety of reasons. Number one, I think we need to talk about the commercials of this COD. The commercials of this are one of the worst I've ever seen in a video game.
Worse than Battlefield 5? No way.
Battlefield 5? Oh, wait. I don't mean commercials like trailers. I mean commercials as though the structure of the product, the way that it's sold.
See.
So, getting back to that definition. So
Not enough whamming.
COD, the way it's being sold, it's a full price $60 game with no campaign. That's just gone, right? Bad luck. You're still going to be paying full price for it even though it's got no campaign.
I don't feel so good.
You're alright.
I don't know what's happening. I don't know. I don't want to go. I don't want to go, sir, please.
They've got a collector's edition, which is the only way you can buy the season pass. The season pass still does sell maps and stuff like that that will separate the community. It's not possible to buy the season pass in pieces anymore. You can't buy just the zombies bit that you like. You have to buy the whole thing. Bad luck. Just that's it. You have to buy it. That's also on top of the whole microtransaction fiasco where the game is stuffed to bursting with like loot boxes and, you know, the supply drop crates. So all that sucks.
I was going to say, not to mention the mystery box, okay? They got this thing called the mystery box right now. You don't know what the fuck you're paying for, but they're like, hey, buy this. There's something in it. Promise.
It's a physical edition that's like a mystery box with mystery. It's like a physical loop. Anyway.
And it's like $300, by the way. It's not cheap.
Or you can trade it all in for what's in this box.
The box. The box.
So COD as a product that is bought and that the way it is sold, I think is garbage. Okay, then separate from all the commercials, there's like what's actually in this game. We've already spoken about no campaign this time around. Now, I think that sucks.
Yep.
I understand why some people don't care, because most people don't really play COD for the campaign.
I think the data was a bit mixed there. Like some people were like, hey, a lot of people don't play it for the actual campaign.
But a lot of people do.
But a lot of people do, and a lot of people that have bought the game have never logged on to multiplayer or don't have more than one
Correct.
kill. And that's like 40% of like. I don't know if the data was, of course, extremely accurate, but it was kind of suggesting it was around 40% of those
Something
sales.
about that, yeah. So
I mean, that's a big amount. But
It
anyway.
is. It is a big amount. And the fact that they're not really doing anything to compensate players for that. Like they're saying, instead of a campaign, you're going to go Battle Royale mode. Now, Battle Royale is just a big open space.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sorry, but it can't take the same amount of development resources
Yeah.
to create some big empty space. I'm not selling it short, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I know work goes into Battle
Yeah,
Royale.
but
I know it's not easy, but come on now. You're going to swap the campaign for that and you're going to charge people the same price?
No.
That sounds a bit shitty.
I think it's like this. Imagine if Halo 6 comes out, right? And they're like, okay, guys, we're not doing a campaign because we're doing a capture the flag mode.
I disagree.
It's-
Halo is defined by its campaign with awesome multiplayer on top.
I agree with all that. What
Yeah.
I'm merely saying is a game that is known for having a campaign, regardless of how revolutionary it is. It's still like, if they're going to take it out and say because they're putting a game mode in or something, or they kind of
Yeah, I know what you
dance
mean.
around the point that that's the reason. I'm sorry, that can't be the reason. Anyway,
So,
back to the actual point. What do we think of the new Call of Duty?
well, because we've talked about now the commercials and the way it's sold. We've
Yep.
talked about what's actually in this game. Now we're talking about how it actually plays.
Yes. I like it.
I like this.
I like it.
yeah.
You log on, and the moment you log on, I'm sure you'll agree, you're like, hello, Destiny menu.
Yeah, last year when we played World War II, and I reviewed World War II as well, I was like, yeah, this is the same old COD. It feels the same, just a nice reskin, okay? This one, though, you can immediately see some things jump out. You were talking about the menus and the way the menus are navigated.
Yeah.
Yep.
I definitely think, number one, I mean, look.
They have the cursor, just to be clear, they have the cursor now, as opposed to like moving things,
Yeah.
they have like the cursor like Destiny where you move it. And
Yeah.
so many people in the COD community hate that, by the way. They're like, why are they doing this?
Look, I think, it's an award-winning interface.
It is a good UI.
It is, like, you look at that and you go, wow, that is pretty. So, of course, it's Activision. They just want to throw it all together because they know it's a winning formula. So I totally get that.
Okay, so that's UI, right? Then we've got the biggest thing, which is time to kill. Time to kill in this Call of Duty is much, much longer than it has ever been in any other Call of Duty. So much so that huge portions of the COD community hate this game because they just think it takes too long to kill people.
Use the machine gun! Use the bazooka! You can't win.
Why won't you die?
Time to kill matters a lot in video games. It influences a lot of things.
Sure.
If you're talking about games with very small maps, there's very short windows where people can run into line of sight and then back out again.
Yep.
Okay. Call of Duty is very much built around the idea that you're looking at a place, one person wants to get from there to there. Because it's a short time to kill, you can bring them down in that time.
Yeah.
Okay. When time to kill is longer, they have enough time to get from point A to point B, and they're behind cover again. You can't bring them down. The other thing, though, is that they now have a heal button.
Yeah, I did see it.
Which
Yeah,
is
of
a
course.
new addition to the game. So instead of health auto-regenning, they can just like inject themselves with heroin, and then they're all good to go, okay?
Yeah.
So just in combination, what that means is that you can't bring someone down as quickly when they run out of into line of sight.
Sure.
And if they're at half health and they're behind cover, they can just jack themselves up again and then they're good to go.
I
Very
can-
big influence on gameplay.
Big influence, but I can definitely see why they would have potentially done this. Call of Duty has a very... the barrier to entry with Call of Duty is, I would say, relatively hard, because when you jump into Call of Duty, if you don't know what you're doing,
Just get
there's
shreked.
completely destroyed, and you're like, fuck this game, dude. I've died 20 for 0 or some shit, right? That's never happened to me, promise. No, but like, maybe they're looking at this and going, we're not being accessible enough for new players. Maybe that's what they're looking to do there. There's no other reason I can think of that they would not want you to die so quickly.
Okay, I disagree with that. I think there's two reasons that they've gone, and this is also some of the criticism that the COD community has, okay? They're trying to make this Call of Duty more tactical. They're seeing that the game is at the end of its life cycle from a Twitch shooter perspective. Don't forget, games like Quake and Unreal, okay, they had a natural life cycle that died off. People don't play those big arena shooters anymore because they got tired of them. Activision, I think, is looking at the style of play that Call of Duty is, that Twitch shooter, saying people are getting tired of that. They want something like Battle Royale. They want CSGO. They want Rainbow Six Siege.
Yep, and they want Overwatch in terms of class systems and stuff like that.
So I think they look at those things. They say we want to make our game more tactical. This game has game modes that are tactical. And there's like did you do the plant the bomb one? There's basically like a Counter-Strike one. Plant the bomb, defuse the bomb, turn-based.
Yep.
There's different game modes that do require you to sit back and watch. Like there's a team deathmatch that has like a limited lives thing. And so you're just sitting there spectating by the end because your team's out of lives, you know? Those things in combination, I think, are some of the biggest reasons why they've increased that time to kill.
Yeah.
Because that's longer, it's a more tactical game.
But I understand what you're saying, but I think that maybe it's like an umbrella thing in terms of let's just make sure that we make enough changes in other aspects that fundamentally make Call of Duty what it is to revitalize it, to, you know, class systems, longer to kill, different maps, all this kind of stuff is very much needed. Now, I know there's a lot of hardcore people out there that absolutely love Call of Duty. That's fine if you want the original Call of Duty style. You've got to be understanding to the fact that they have not a dying franchise, but they have a franchise.
It is dying though.
Okay, well fine, it's dying, but it's still very influential and it's very big.
It's still spectacularly successful. It's still like the biggest franchise except for like Fortnite and GTA maybe.
Sure.
But it is on the decline.
Yeah,
absolutely.
So when they're looking at how they revitalize, how they bring players back, and how they compete with Fortnite, Overwatch, Battlefield 5, all these kind of things that are coming out with their own style, that you know, I can understand why they would do these things. They want to stay relevant.
Yeah. The other theory that's put forward about why this time to kill is so much longer is because Battle Royale. You can't have a Battle Royale game where you just instantly blow someone up.
Yep.
Because it's dumb at that point, right? So people are theorizing that they want to give us more time to kill people, so it fits better with the Battle Royale mode, and you can't have different time to kills across those game modes.
You could, but it would be a bit it would be
very jarring when you move between them. The other thing
that
they have is a body armor perk, which adds like more health to someone. They've got like a little yellow bar at the end, and that's almost a prerequisite at this point because it just gives you such a huge advantage in those like 1v1 circumstances. It takes a long time to bring someone down when they've got that there. You know, all of those things in combination means that the game feels a lot more like Overwatch from its class-based and its objective-based play.
Yeah.
And it feels a lot more like, from my perspective, Destiny with its time to kill in the way that it's the rhythm of the fights.
Yeah,
you know?
I felt like, you know, definitely the UI in terms of things are like slowly building up again. That's very Destiny, how it shows you.
Yeah, but they've had those supers in like Black Ops 3 as well. So that's not brand new.
But I think the big thing here is the class system. Now, when we see, you know, 3 or 4 months down the track when this game's been out for a while, I think that we'll start seeing a very similar situation to Overwatch. I know I'm an Overwatch fanboy in terms of someone locks into a particular class, everyone knows the game, so they're going to maybe lock into another type of class that complements each other.
There's definitely
stuff like that.
There's definitely a very strong sense of synergy that emerges from those classes.
Yes.
Because with Black Ops 3, it was kind of like everyone's job is to kill people, that's it. But now here we've got classes that are really good at CC. It's sort of like crowd control. They've got people that are really good at setting up defensive positions, really good at revealing where enemies are.
Releasing a dog or something to like
much
all that kind of stuff.
More like Rainbow Six Siege than it is ever before.
That's very true, actually. I would say it's a lot more than like Siege than it is Overwatch.
Yeah, so and this is where we get to the rub, okay? I like this. I personally enjoy this because I could see myself playing a lot more of this COD than I could see playing World War II. However, a lot of COD people, as I said, they fucking hate this. You know, like they absolutely hate it. And that's fine. Like, I'm not saying, oh, stupid COD people, bad luck, you know what I mean? I'm saying that's cool. You know, everyone loves their franchises for their own reasons. And if they don't like this because it's now too different, too tactical, too long time to kill, that's fair. I'm looking at it as someone that doesn't play COD, and I'm like, I'm actually more interested in this now.
Exactly right. I think the market has shrunk for Call of Duty players.
Big time.
If this is what they need to do to bring people back, it'll benefit the game in the long run. It'll stay around.
Yeah.
All those hardcore Call of Duty fans can expect more games if there are more people playing this. So yes, there might be some slight differences. But the bottom line is, if it keeps the franchise around for another 5 or 10 years, that they continue to incrementally change it with the bigger influences out there now, like Fortnite, Battle Royale, you know, Overwatch or Siege or whatever you want to, you know, whatever you want to look at. It'll keep the game around longer. It'll keep it fresh. It'll keep new players coming back. And although you might be a creature of habit and you love Call of Duty, I think deep down, like, if you're playing a different type of Call of Duty that kind of morphs over the years but stays fundamentally Call of Duty, you might also find yourself enjoying that more too.
One of my favorite things about when a new Call of Duty comes out is just like searching, like, you know, Call of Duty hate. And like Call of Duty sucks. And like watching all the angry hate videos of people being like, I fucking hate this, fuck Activision, man.
So all you stupid Call of Duty fanboys and retarded YouTubers can finally stop peddling your paid Activision YouTube content, sucking Call of Duty COD, sucking fanboys, sucking the COD, you mindless fucking fanboys. Black Ops 4 sucks.
If only there was another channel out there that does that about Destiny.
Correct.
I'm just wondering.
No, but seriously though, you know, I'm actually interested in this. As I said, I think the commercials are garbage, and I think the removal of the campaign sucks. But from a gameplay perspective, I cannot lie. I have to say that I enjoyed this more than I've enjoyed other CODs that I've played over the years. And I played most of the CODs for a few hours each, you know, because I've always found them, like, after a few hours boring. This one I'm actually like, hey, this could be kind of cool. So... yeah, there it is, guys. Come at us in the comment section.
I look forward to the comment section. The like rates, the like ratio. Oh my god, I can't even say it. The like ratio, everybody.
The like ratio.
I know it's going to be so bad that I can't even say it. It can't even get out of my throat.
True.
We'll be guys. We're going to Dallas tomorrow.
That's
Shit.
true.
We'll be in Dallas for a couple of days.
Yeah.
We'll be back the week after.
We're going to QuakeCon, by the way. We're going to like check out Doom. We're going to check out Rage 2. If Fallout 76 is there, we're going to check that out as well. We've got some other cool shit lined up for that. We'll tell you all about it soon. But for now, please go easy on us in the comments.
Appreciate fam. That didn't make sense. I think
what was that?
Appreciate fam. That's what I said.
Appreciate fam.
I think I'm having a heart attack. Whoa, man. What the fuck? I don't want to play this.